This video is so old. The best quality we can get is 250p. Oh my god. Now you guys get to see how much of an old head I really am, seeing my age in real time, huh? Internet years are like dog years, and everybody doesn't stay hot forever. So if you're slowly declining, especially if you're pulling in 50 million views, I don't think that's a bad thing. You can go ahead and do a lot with your freedom. Now, freedom means you can do whatever you want. I'm not saying go ahead and just start throwing slurs everywhere, but I'm saying as long as you have freedom, you're able to do a lot of things with your channel that maybe you couldn't do under a corporation. So, welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you know me, you know who I am. If you don't, my name is Trey Fab. I'm a React content creator. I like to make different React content, whether it be the TikTok, YouTube, drama, nonsense, or that be to basketball, different basketball creators in the modern NBA in general. So if you like basketball insight, I'm the guy for you. And if you like brain rot, I'm the guy for you. That being said, today, we're going to be reacting to Smosh. How Smosh killed their channel. Minus 91% or down 91% in 2 years by SunnyV2. This is an older video. There's other like longer form videos that are newer that I would like to speak on. I just don't have a lot of time at the moment. I'm in my last week of finals, and like I told you guys, if you've been watching my content, once finals get here, once finals are done and I'm able to relax for the summer, relax as in I'm still working full-time, but relax as in I have some free time now that doesn't involve school, at least for another month and a half, because I think I have summer classes in June. I can sit here and react to like longer videos, because I do like doing that, like longer breakdown videos, different things by Patrick CC, different drama that may be going on TikTok that takes me a long time to kind of dissect and shit like that. But today, just a little SunnyV2 video to upload for you guys, and hopefully next Sunday, I'm going to have longer videos for you guys to look at and to talk about. But with that being said, speaking of longer videos, please go to my page here and my YouTube post and go ahead and vote. If you guys are new to my channel, I like to make like YouTube videos, kind of like video essays where I'll literally write an essay. I'll put a bunch of information on the screen and I'll give my opinion. So if you like someone yapping about their opinion, giving it like essay form, go ahead and subscribe. And also, let me know which video you guys want me to do next after my LeBron and Jordan video drops. And go ahead and vote. So, with all that being said, all that out the way, intro's done. Let's get this video started. Obviously, the information may not be up to date.
On the 17th of May.
Stop it! Up to date. But, I want to watch this because I was a huge Smosh fan when I was a child, so I want to see what SunnyV2 was yapping about, see if I agree or disagree, and I will hold him accountable for the information at the time because this is an older video, so let's go.
2006, just 153 days after YouTube was launched for the very first time, a bizarre channel by the name of Smosh would become the platform's most subscribed page, with a whopping 2,986 subscribers, more than double second place who had just 1,469. This would foreshadow what would become an incredibly successful career for two Californian friends who had created this strange comedy channel. They would eventually release a full-length feature film, regain and hold the title of YouTube's most subscribed channel for 215 days in 2013, and by 2014, Smosh was safely and consistently gaining approximately 100 million views per month, which would last for a period of over 5 years. However, we say 5 years specifically because in early to mid-2019, something started to go wrong on each and every Smosh channel. Their unshakable viewership fortress began to crumble. Their reliable 100 million monthly views became 75 million, then 50 million, then recently just 15 million. On Smosh Pit, Smosh Games, and even their Spanish-dubbed Smosh channel, it's the same story. 41 million has become 13 million, 18 million has become 7 million, 11 million has become less than 2 million, the decline of each all beginning at the exact same point in time, mid-2019. When Smosh uploaded...
But here's my question. I wonder what reasoning SunnyV2 is going to give, but could it just be that they started, like this says 16 years ago, and this was 3 years ago. So it'd be like, what, 19 years now? Jesus. And they're still relevant enough. It's been like 19 years, and at the time 16. Like, wouldn't we just say that they had a slow increase and then it decreased like normal? It's not like they completely fell off the planet of the earth. Shit, I wish I had their declining numbers of, instead of 13 million, I get 7 million. views, please. That would be great. But it could just be that they blew up fast. They had people like, I haven't watched a Smosh video in forever, but I was a huge, big fan of them. And I think they're dope. And I might even go back just for nostalgia's sake to go back and see their older videos. And just for new fandom's sake, go back and see what they're posting now and what they're talking about now. It could mean a bevy of things. They pivoted because they just switched from what they blew up from and did stuff that they enjoyed more. And you're never going to stay hot forever. I think getting views like that, and it's been almost 2 decades, shows that they're still successful. You know, a lot of YouTubers don't be lasting that long. I don't know if I'm going to last that long. Keep in mind, if I last 20 years, I'll be in my 40s. Be a 40-year-old man doing what? React content? I hope not. I hope I'm making content for you guys like IRL shit and shit like that. Like I said, I'm pivoting to like video essays and trying to focus more on quality than quantity over time. I'm doing shit that I enjoy, and I'm going to make like these pivots of content that I make. The more I make content, the more people that follow me. And I'm going to slowly do that. And that's just me. But I don't see myself doing this for 20 years at all. If I blow up, I can see myself staying here for like 10-ish years, saving up as much as possible, making sure I get an actual job as well, finishing my degree, and before I turn 40, probably wrapping it up and calling it a day, maybe stepping away from content more and more depending on what I'm doing. So the fact that these guys could stay big this long, I don't know if that's a detriment towards them. I think if anything, that shows that they're extremely successful. That's just my opinion.
Their first video over 16 years ago, they could have never predicted their insane level of success. However, if Smosh is unable to turn their current viewership decline around, it will make for somewhat of a depressing end to a channel that's been YouTube's most subscribed on 3 separate occasions. The first time we already mentioned, it was mid-2006, and the title was claimed with literally less than 3,000 subscribers. It came about after 2 high school friends by the name of Ian and Anthony began uploading bizarre lip-syncing videos to the platform, the first of which being uploaded on the 19th of November 2005, 26 days before the website was even officially launched and was rather still in beta testing mode. In their very first video, the watermark in the bottom left-hand corner showed that the goal of the videos was to promote their website, Smosh.com, which had been running since 2002.
It started as a website that I'd made for me and my friends to hang out and talk to each other after school. Smosh became a YouTube channel where Ian and I made videos together just because we liked to make each other laugh.
Although the goal was to simply make each other laugh, they quickly realized that these videos also made their audience laugh. And with comedy in mind, the videos would shift to well-thought-out sketches, creating satire out of relatable life situations, such as how not to make a first impression. After losing the position of YouTube's most subscribed channel in 2006, through these new sketch comedy videos, they would regain the title in April of 2007, this time boasting a much more impressive count of over 100,000 subscribers, at which point they would also hire their first staff member with the goal of growing the channel further, an impressive feat for a YouTube channel in 2008. The videos continued to improve. However, their subscriber count would be overtaken by Nigahiga, then Fred, who would become the first ever YouTuber to reach 1 million subscribers. Although overtaken by Fred, Smosh was still growing, eventually coming in closely behind as the 3rd channel ever to reach 1 million subs.
Hey guys, we just want to make a short little video to thank everyone who subscribed to us.
1 million subscribers is a huge milestone.
Smosh were without a doubt on the cutting edge of YouTube in the early 2010s. Their thumbnails, titles, ability to retain an audience through plots where you wouldn't get the joke unless you watched the entire video. At the time, there were simply very few other creators who had the same level of knowledge and skill. Subsequently, after losing the title of YouTube's most subscribed channel to Fred, they'd begin to battle for it once again. They'd re-overtake Fred in early 2011, then Shane Dawson in late 2011, Nigahiga in late 2012, leaving Ray William Johnson as the only
Nigahiga, oh my god, I remember Nigahiga. How to be gangster, how to be ninja, just cringy shit. Listen, I'm showing my age a little bit here, but that shit, we might react to that. Honestly, I might react to that. Nigahiga, how to be gangster. I might do that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I can't spell. God, 17 years ago? Oh my god, bro. I'm so old. God damn it. Should we react to this? Should we do like a dual reaction? Fuck it. I'm not on stream right now. But you know what? Pause. We're gonna pause. We're gonna react to both. I'll tag both videos in in the comment section. But first, let's make sure other people reacted to this so I don't get fucking copyright struck. Let's see. Was there a reaction video? Yikers. I'm not seeing a reaction video. I see 2.0. And you can't tell me that people didn't want to. By the way, this is how I make sure that I'm not stepping on toes. Because I don't want to record a whole video and then... Yeah, the 2.0. I'm seeing a lot of reactions to the 2.0, but not the original. Oh, here we go. I guess someone reacted to it. Alright. We're going to go ahead and do it then, since someone did react to it. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to show my age, and we're going to react to How to Be Gangster. Show my age a bit, so you guys can actually see the type of shit I used to watch. Oh, we're going to mute that. We cannot be playing that music for sure. I will get struck for that. Wait. God, I'm old. Here we go.
I know how to be ninja now. Stop it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This shit is just stupid. The 250p. This video is so old. The best quality we can get is 250p. Oh my god.
Stop it. Somebody help me.
Hey you!
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Mom?
Still getting beat up at school?
Yeah.
You still can't defend yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Well then, How to Be Gangster is the DVD for you.
Hey, I got it.
This DVD includes your two very own personal trainers.
Yo, what's up? My name is Ardizzle for shizzle my nizzle off the hizzle. Drizzle. Yo, what's up? My name is Mike.
Mike. I don't know why this shit is so stupid, but it made me laugh so much when I was young. Just off the hizzle but shizzle my nizzle. Hey, what's up? My name is Mike. Listen, if you guys are under the age of 20, then what I'm watching here is probably gonna make you cringe like crazy, but cringe with an old head. I know that I'm in my 20s and you guys feel like that's unk status, but go ahead and cringe with an unk, okay? Please. It's a 5-minute video. We're already a minute down. There's 4 left. Let's finish it. Come on, guys.
The first lesson in being a gangster is to swear in every sentence and use hand motions. What the is your problem, you mother I'm gonna you up.
I feel like you said the N-word there. I feel like there's not many words to put in that sentence that makes sense. But interesting. Let's continue.
In the hole. Lesson number 2. You gotta have a cool, quick handshake with all your homies.
Oh, what's up?
Here, give me some.
Yeah, up
high.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 You know, this is a joke, but me and my friends would actually have a stupid ass handshake. Why? Because it was cool. Back in middle school, I remember it too. It would be like we would connect our hands like that, and then we fold them, right? And then we go out and we grip, and then we go back out, go back in, and snap. So quickly, we'd be like, ah. That's our shit. Yes, we'd have handshakes too, especially when I played basketball. We'd have handshakes. We were cringe, but you know what? We thought it was so fucking cool. We thought whenever we walked up to each other, we had to. And if we did it wrong, he's like, "Hey, fix that. Do it right. Do it right. Do it right."
Yeah. Lesson 3. You gotta know how to pose. You gotta stand cool with your homies. Here's some poses that you guys can try out.
The layback. The cholo. The kickstand. The breast cup. the crane, the dog, the chicken, the camel, and the camel toe.
Lesson 4.
So
A true gangster
stupid.
always breaks the rules.
It's not like it's that funny, but it's just the nostalgia of it. If I watched this video, I just started watching it, I probably wouldn't find that funny. It's just when I'm just the nostalgia of it. When I was a kid and I saw this, funniest shit in the world. I thought it was hysterical. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Lesson 5. A true gangster knows how to rap.
Okay, we're mute. I'm pretty sure back in the day you could use music and shit like that, and not with YouTube they kind of copyright strike it, but I'm like 90% sure this is part of the joke, so I don't want to mute it. I'm 90% sure that I probably will just not be able to get monetized for this video if I let it play. So I'll just do it because I don't get monetized for any video, and I don't expect this video to get thousands upon thousands of views even if I do blow up one day. So let's take the hit, huh? This is the perks of being a small-time creator. We're gonna take the hit. I'm not gonna be able to monetize this video. If I do blow up one day, I won't get paid for any of the views I get on this video, but fuck it. I can't. This is part of the fucking joke. I gotta let it play through, so we'll do that. And secondly, the way they're dressed is not even an exaggeration, okay? This is again, we thought we were cool. We thought we were cool, alright? Alright, we thought the swag era shit, the snapback hats, snapbacks and tattoos, that shit, yeah. We thought we were some gangsters, okay?
Me crank it, why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy, that Superman out?
In a silly place, starts in my toes and I crinkle my nose.
Apple bottom jean boots with the fur.
Just
Make me
grabs his
smile,
fucking
please
dick.
stay for a while now.
I'm hot cause I'm fly.
You ain't cause you
And
not.
I know that he knows I'm unfaithful
Oh,
and it
stupid.
kills him inside.
Beat it up, get it up, keep it up there. Beat it up, get it up, keep it up there.
I don't wanna do this anymore.
I don't wanna be the reason why.
Yo, if you follow all of these lessons, it should look a little something like this. Sup, homie?
Stop it! Stop it!
Fatality. Why me crank it?
Yeah, so, now you guys get to see how much of an old head I really am, seeing my age in real time, huh? Damn. Okay, let's get back to, SunnyV2. Just had to take a little bit of a break there to, watch that. Honestly, I might separate the videos. No, because I didn't get too much of a reaction with this one. This is Nigahiga, by the way. Go ahead and give them credit because it's their video, obviously. But we'll keep it in the SunnyV2 video. I really just kind of sat there and enjoyed it. Just wanted to kind of show you guys. There wasn't much for me to react to. But we're just going to keep it with the SunnyV2 video. I'll make sure to say in the YouTube title, reacting to How to Be Gangster and SunnyV2. I'll try to figure out how to keep that 100 characters. I'll figure it out. That's my job, not your job. Let's keep going.
Creator with more subscribers than Smosh. However, of course, with double the manpower and a superior video style, Smosh will become the first channel in YouTube history to hit 10 million subscribers, and for the third time become YouTube's most subscribed channel on the 12th of January 2013, 6.5 years after they had first achieved the title back in May of 2006. Throughout 2014, 2015, and 2016, 100 million views in a month had become business as usual. One of the main reasons for this was that Smosh had been acquired by a company known as Alloy Digital, which, as outlined by an article written by Deadline, resulted in a 40% increase in viewership. Alongside this would come numerous new Smosh channels, such as Smosh Smosh Games, which was experiencing its own similar blow up alongside the main channel. Smosh would release a full-length feature film in 2015. By 2017, the team had grown once again, adding 5 new members to the main video cast, all of which completed under the management of Alloy Digital, which had since been renamed to Defy Media. But while Defy Media was adding substantial benefit to Smosh as a channel, it was doing so at the cost of Anthony's creative freedom. He wanted to execute on his own ideas, but stated that everything needed to be put through a company filter. It was someone else's decision as to whether or not his ideas eventually made it onto Smosh's YouTube channel. For this reason, Anthony would announce that he will be leaving Smosh, which apparently had been in planning for some time, as the president of Defy Media stated that the company has been preparing for Padilla's departure for several months and has worked to diversify its programming and cast for even longer. Anthony would announce a departure in a video on his personal channel titled Why I Left Smosh, explaining in his own words the reason for his resignation.
I've been holding on to these memories and hoping that someday Smosh would be like how it was when we first started. Before Smosh was a brand owned by a company, Smosh being part of a company has put all of my creative decisions through a filter of what's appropriate for the Smosh brand as deemed by the company.
This video was uploaded alongside a main channel video titled Anthony is Leaving Smosh, in which they explained that his leaving was not a result of them having a fight or anything along those lines.
I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna assume he's leaving because we got in some sort of big fight or because we hate each other, but I can guarantee you guys it has nothing to do with that.
Now you might think that losing Anthony was the beginning of the end for Smosh, the reason the channel began to crumble. However, the data actually showed the opposite. The channel was averaging around 60 million views a month at the time of Anthony's departure, yet would rise back up pretty consistently to an average of around 100 million per month a year later. This showed that the success of the channel was perhaps less reliant on the hosts themselves, but rather the content, the team, and specifically the management. However, this would also mean that the success of the channel was to some degree out of the control of Smosh's remaining frontman Ian, which would become an issue when the parent company, Defy Media, randomly shut down overnight.
So our parent company went out of business, and Smosh is currently without a home.
With the company now defunct, former member Anthony went to town in a personal channel video discussing the ways in which Defy Media had screwed him over.
I've had so much to say about Defy Media for a very long time, but now that Defy Media isn't a thing anymore, I just have to say everything that I'm feeling. I've been hiding it publicly for so long.
He stated that when Defy Media bought Smosh back in 2011, they paid him in stock, which was completely useless unless the company went public, which...
Yeah, that's... You would think getting stock is actually extremely smart, but it's not smart unless it's a popular business or something that's definitely going to go public and shoot off. Like, if you're going to get... If Nike said, we can either give you like $1 million now, or we can give you, let's say $1 million worth of stocks, then you would probably take the stocks, because over time, that shit's just going to keep going up. Nike's going nowhere. Or Walmart said the same, or different companies said the same. But if the company, like Smosh, is not really a public company, then it's kind of hard to really get money off of that. You're getting money off views, you're getting money off of shit like that, but what are you really selling? Merch? What is really the company that you're promoting here? You're promoting a brand, but a brand doesn't necessarily equal company, because there's not really a product besides like some merch and shit. So getting stock is kind of fucky. And another thing is, if you are a content creator, I know me for sure, I understand like the appeal of wanting to be part of like a media conglomerate. I mean, it's more money, it's more help for your channel, it's more people there to kind of help you and push you along. But fuck it, dude. If you got an idea and you got a dream, do it yourself as long as you can and hire people along the way. Never be the person that's being hired. If this is your shit, this is your dream, this is your baby. Never give control to someone else so you can levy that ease and you can have it be better for you, have it be easier for you to make content. It's like, fuck that. I'd rather have it be difficult, go through the bullshit I'm going through right now, be married, that's not bullshit, I actually enjoy that. Be married, go to school full-time, go to work full-time, barely get some sleep and upload these videos for you guys, and then over time, more of you guys come in, more of you guys like this shit, maybe one day I can actually make this a job, so I can go ahead and stop working full-time and work on YouTube full-time, and maybe I get to the point where I need to hire people. Okay, I'd rather hire the people to work for me, and treat them well so we can build up a really good channel, then be hired upon by another company. And now I'm working for them. And the ideas that I want to do, I can't even do for you guys. Like, I just stopped this video mid-reaction to go react to an older video when I was younger and watch that. I would have to run that past somebody and be like, oh, I would react to this, guys, but I'm not sure if I'm able to come to another video. We'll see. Or I would do this, guys, but I have to run it through my parent company and I'll let you guys know. Like, that's not good for your creativity. It just seems like you're being held back and hampered. But you're getting some money, but money's not necessarily everything, especially if what you're doing in the first place, what made people happy, is being stifled by a big conglomerate, and you can't do what you want to do. So yeah, I'm sad that he had to leave. I didn't even know he left because, again, like I told you guys, stopped watching these guys a while ago. Not because I stopped liking them or whatever like that. I just kind of grew up, and I feel like that's where a lot of the view dippage came in. But as far as like this information, I didn't even know he got fucked over and shit like that. And then the same company got bankrupt anyway. So damn.
It never did.
So I sold it for $0. Selling for stock means that it's completely valueless unless that company goes public, which it never did.
Additionally, after selling Smosh to Defy Media, Anthony was simply a salaried employee, stating that he never saw any of the big money that Smosh had been pulling in.
We were given salaries at this company, which was great. Super happy with that. But that company was drawing in millions of dollars every year, and I was seeing a fraction of that. I have no idea where all that money went that the company was making.
In the first episode of the Smosh Car Show, Shane and Ian mentioned that Defy Media was clearly in strife leading up to the shutdown.
Every couple months, there'd be just massive layoffs,
Yeah.
and like 30 people would lose their job, and we'd all be like, "Oh my god, this sucks."
Mm-hmm.
Our budget kept getting cut and cut until we were like, we're shooting sketches with nothing.
2 months after Defy Media had become defunct, the channel would have one of their best months ever with 139 million monthly views, received from content that had been lined up and filmed while everything at Defy was still going well.
We got videos that we have already shot on Smosh. We have videos we've already shot on Smosh Pit.
A lot of
And we have videos we've already shot on Smosh Game.
However, this level of viewership would become the channel's high watermark, as after this stellar 139 million view month in January 2019, the channel's viewership began to decline quite consistently. There are some pretty obvious substantial public changes over the last 2 years, which hint at the reason behind why things have begun to go south after 13 years of seemingly unstoppable growth. In February 2019, slightly before the peak that volleyed the channel's decline, Smosh was bought by Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning. In the video announcing the acquisition by Mythical Entertainment, they mentioned that Smosh now had the ability to do whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted.
We get to do whatever we want, and we're super, super excited.
This was clarified in the Smoshcast. They meant that they were pretty much an independent company, only with a little oversight from Rhett and Link.
This is as close to being our own company as it could possibly get, but it's like safer, and like Rhett and Link's people are like giving advice and trying to help us, like, hey, this is some ideas and like be better, but like you don't have to do this if you don't want.
The three members seemed to think that having their own creative freedom and control of the channel was going to be a massive advantage.
The reality now is that it's kind of just us doing our thing. Rhett and Link were like, here's this studio we have, do whatever you want.
In the process, crapping on Defy Media, saying how bad they were, saying that they didn't know how to have fun, and saying that they were bad at comedy.
Defy was the principal that would come in every now and then and be like, stop having fun, you gotta do this, whatever. And we were like, okay. And it was tough because they didn't have a sense of humor.
No.
They didn't understand comedy.
Yet, the data seems to indicate that while with Defy Media, the channel had consistently high views, and it was only when Smosh did have the ability to go out on their own that things began to decline.
Okay, but this is 2019, 2020, 2021. A couple years on the internet is like 5 years in real time, 6 years in real time, bro. Like, the internet years are like dog years. So, I would still say they did well. What? They dipped down to like 50 million views a month? I don't know what happened here, but they were doing decent. They were pulling in a lot of views, and it was a consistent downstream. It's not like it just plummeted. Now here, again, I'm not sure what happened here. Could have just took a break. Maybe they didn't post anything, whatever the case may be, but it's still, even with, if anything, this is kind of proving my point right here. A dip right here, 0 views, right back up to about 50 mil. So they might have just not posted shit, and now we're back up to 50 mil and it's staying stagnant in that area. I think there's nothing wrong with building a channel and it doing extremely well and popping off and then slowly declining over time, because if you were successful for like 16 plus years, that slow decline is going to be normal. Like, that's just life, bro. Internet years are like dog years, and everybody doesn't stay hot forever. So if you're slowly declining, especially if you're pulling in 50 million views, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's really good. And honestly, I feel like it's missing some context as far as like talking about that, especially with like SunnyV2. If I went to his channel, he's huge, he's big, but you may not be pulling the same amount of views month in and month out. I don't know. I just think they're doing fine. 50 million views a month is insane, and I still think they're okay.
Just because Smosh didn't like the management and leadership when they were with Defy Media didn't necessarily mean that Defy weren't knowledgeable on the topic of retaining an audience. In fact,
I don't know, bro. Now we're kind of coping for the company that lost all their money when they were making millions upon millions. If the company could even keep themselves alive and above water, are we really gonna trust that they really know how to retain an audience? I mean, I feel like this is a little bit of copage for the company. Feeling a little biased from you, Sunny, as far as your opinion towards Smosh here.
In fact, if there was a lot of adversity, it probably meant that Defy Media and the Smosh team had extremely differing opinions on what should and shouldn't have been posted, where Defy Media might have actually been the correct one the whole time.
Well, well, we don't know that. Okay? It could have just been that Defy Media was okay with their ideas. Doesn't mean Defy Media was right on what they should post the whole time. Let me give you an example. If I want to post 3 videos, okay, and you think 2 of them are fine, go ahead, do it. That's fine. It doesn't mean that you are smart and know what you're talking about as far as comedy-wise. It's just you were like, okay, go ahead and post these 2 videos, but that third one's a little too edgy. And we have different companies, and we have different, what is it called? Sponsors. We have different sponsors and different people who may not like that third video. Go ahead and post the first 2. I don't care. I don't think it necessarily means they know comedy or know how to retain an audience. I think SunnyV2 is giving a lot of leeway to the company here, and he may have a little bit of bias towards the Smosh team.
The universe seems to work in a bizarre way where being caught in a terrible scenario with crappy, insufferable management might actually be the dose of short-term uncomfortability that, without you even realizing, gives you the motivation to create something great. Perhaps it was Smosh's never-ending wrestling match with Defy Media that was actually giving them a reason to continue on with the project day after day. Maybe Smosh were trying to come up with the best ideas for no other reason than to spite Defy Media, to prove them wrong, as petty as it sounds, which unbeknownst to them at the time, might have actually been keeping the channel's viewership up.
We banded together and we were always trying to make great stuff. We were always having fun and doing crazy shit. And we all had this kind of common enemy the whole time. We were kind of like, these corporate overlords that are always...
It felt like an 80s movie.
Boundless freedom with the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want, isn't always necessarily a good thing. Freedom is comfortable because there's no adversity, but when there's no adversity, there's no growth. Ian mentioned in that same podcast that while with Defy Media, they had substantially more resources.
I gotta give them credit, like we were able to do a lot of stuff and we were able to use a lot of resources
we had good resources,
do that.
Ian didn't define exactly what he meant by resources. Perhaps he meant a bigger budget to create sets, paying for props, and most importantly, paying for the large team which assisted in making the videos. In a video titled The Truth About Smosh posted back in 2017, when everything was going well on the channel, Ian introduces the entire Smosh team consisting of 39 different people. A team that large was certainly going to cost a lot of money, and based purely on speculation, perhaps after leaving Defy Media, they no longer had the budget to keep everyone on board. Alternatively, perhaps after the closure of Defy had been announced, some of Smosh's team may have been proactive in finding new employment before Smosh was acquired by Rhett and Link. A third theory could be that since experiencing a decline in viewership, such a large team may now be financially unfeasible. It's hard to tell exactly how Smosh makes their money, and they have loads of different channels each bringing in different amounts of revenue, but if we focus for 2 seconds on the main channel, I can't imagine it being the type of content that's bringing in massive dollars. Many of the videos over the last month have been shorts which don't bring in any money, and the skits which are around 4 to 5 minutes long each probably aren't raking it in either. Across the rest of their channels, they're gaining a combined total of around 20 to 30 million views a month, which in combination with their other methods for earning an income may no longer be enough to support a team of...
I mean, 20 to 30 million views is still really good, but again, I disagree with SunnyV2 when he's saying freedom doesn't, if you have too much freedom, then you don't always have adversity. I don't think that's necessarily true. I have total control and freedom over my channel. The adversity I face is not necessarily the elements of what they're facing. My adversity is more, I don't have the time. My adversity right now is time. You know, I could yap about all the things I'm doing with my time, but keep it short and sweet, time. That's my adversity right now. Now, if my channel blows up enough and I get more time, that will equal more freedom. But I don't think my content's going to take a dip if I get more time. If I get more time, I'll be able to do more videos that I want to do. I'll be able to do more IRL content. I'll be able to make more videos about random shit I find interesting. I'll be able to do more travel videos. I'll be able to do more lives. I've been wanting to do lives. I can't really, because I have so much I have to do. Like right after I'm done recording this video right here, I'm immediately getting up, going to my backpack, pulling out my philosophy shit, and I gotta study because I got a final coming up. Then I need to finish my study guide for my math final, and then I need to finish my project for English, and then hopefully get some sleep and wake up and go to work. So I mean, right now my shit is time. Now school will still be part of my life, but like I just said, I gotta wake up and go to work. If I didn't have to wake up and go to work, I would wake up and start doing video shit, start doing lives. So I don't know. I feel like the whole, like, oh, well, the more freedom you have, the less adversity you face. I don't think that's necessarily true. I feel like if you're smart with your freedom, then you can go ahead and do a lot with your freedom. Now, freedom means you can do whatever you want. I'm not saying go ahead and just start throwing slurs everywhere, but I'm saying as long as you have freedom, you're able to do a lot of things with your channel that maybe you couldn't do under a corporation. So
39 staff. This is still just speculation, obviously, but the reason we focus so heavily on speculation is because there are barely any obvious indicators in the case of Smosh, as there often are with other creators. Their viewership is down by 85%, but the video quality isn't down by 85%. In fact, the videos are no worse comparative to 2 years ago when the channel was gaining 100 million views a month. But maybe this is the problem, a lack of change and innovation. Their Every Blank Ever series is still a staple of their channel after over 6 years, and comprises about a quarter of the channel's uploads, yet it gains substantially less views than it used to because people are probably just getting bored of the same old format. Another minor thing is that the videos have adopted a slight political bias over the years, with the occasional judgmental, self-righteous comment about what is and isn't appropriate to say, and using an example of, say, BuzzFeed, the most hated brand in existence who's been experiencing massive layoffs over the last couple of years. Wedging a subtle political agenda into videos that people watch for comedy is a disaster waiting to happen. The most interesting thing in the overall decline of Smosh is that the channel's viewership is only slightly higher than former member Anthony Padilla's personal channel, which is likely run with the help of a substantially smaller team. Maybe there are just too many moving parts at Smosh, too many differing opinions, and too many creative minds to concede on the direction in which the project needs to innovate and change.
Maybe. I feel like there's a lot of guessing here. Let's see. This video's old, so I am curious. Let's go ahead and see how Smosh is doing now, just out of curiosity. Smosh Pit or Smosh? I mean, they're consistently bringing in about 500,000 views average, looks like it. Got a lot of members only videos. I don't know. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I think they're fine. I think they're okay. I just think they're making content that some people just grow out of. I have 213 subscribers. Okay? 213 subscribers. Some of them are hate watchers. Like, for sure. I got a recent LeBum 8 no goat. Yeah, here we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Some of them are hate watchers. That's for sure. But I got 213 subscribers. I promise you, over the span of my time here, the more I grow, the more these subscribers, the more these day ones are probably going to start to fizzle out. And the new ones are probably going to stay. And then the old OG ones are really going to stay. Like, that's just the art of the game. Some people grow bored. Some people move on. Some people stay with you. Some people don't. Like, it's just all about the type of content you post and the type of people that stay. You're never going to be big forever. You're never going to be big forever, but that shouldn't discourage you. And it's not discouraging them. So I think they're fine. And they've been fine since that video. And SunnyV2 dropped that video like a couple years ago. So I disagree with SunnyV2 on that one. I think he's showing a little bit of bias. I'm not sure why. There might be a little history there between those two. But overall, I thought it was an okay video. It let me know about my old, favorite YouTubers to watch. And it made me watch How to Be Gangster, which was always fun. It's always fun to go back to the time machine. But if you guys like the shit I talk about, you like the shit I rant about, and you like the shit I watch, please like, comment, subscribe. If there's anything you want me to react to, I will. Let me know. And until next time, friends, I love you. I'll see you. Peace out.